I got started with 29ers a couple years ago. Giant first started doing their hardtail 29er prototyping. And to be honest, I wasn't a big fan of the breed. They're really noodly, the wheels are inherently flexy, and the front end's tall and awkward. But when I got this bike, I knew that a lot of those problems were rectified, and I had a winner on my hands. It didn't take long for me to prove it, just a few hours, I think.
Carl Decker, a fantastic result today. Ladies and gentlemen, the top Super D riders in the world, right here for your entertainment at Laguna Seca Raceway in the 20th SRAM Sea Otter Classic. Decker gets his Sea Otter champagne. It's going to go everywhere. What a fantastic race today, a fantastic field, and a beautiful day of racing from Laguna Seca. That's it for now from the award stage at the 20th SRAM Sea Otter Classic.
I got my first Anthem X 29er, actually it was this one right here, at Sea Otter this year.
It was pretty cool being able to deliver the very first Anthem X 29 prototype to Carl because he didn't expect it at the time.
And I didn't know that I was going to get it, and I wasn't expected to race it there, but they let me practice on it.
To see Carl's face after he came back from a hot lap on it at Sea Otter was pretty awesome.
And all of a sudden, I knew that I needed it for the Super D the next day.
And it certainly wasn't the intention. When we handed that bike over, it wasn't the intention that Carl was going to race on it.
I ended up racing it 12 hours later, and I won the Super D, and they were pretty happy they let me ride it.
He kind of was not really willing to give the bike up, so to speak, so Giant didn't really have much choice to let him race on it.
They were also pretty happy to see me race it at both of the other races the rest of the weekend. It's just a great bike. You can race Super D, you can race short track, you can race cross country, and it's kind of good at everything.
After that, Carl pretty much stuck to racing on that bike and riding on that bike.
The Anthem X 29er, why do I like it? It's because it's an Anthem X. It rides like an Anthem X.
Being able to bring a lot of those key technologies like overdrive, 15QR, Mega Drive to the Anthem X 29 chassis, it was those things that made the bike react and do what Carl needed it to do, and that was to behave in a similar manner as the Anthem X 26.
Except that on off cambers you can just dust anybody in the field. It's got incredible grip, it rolls over stuff, it's still light, and it still functions. The rear end feels like an Anthem.
Fast, nimble, high speed, descent capable, all those great things wrapped into one package.
And that's what I like about it. It's a great bike, and you can ride it in so many different circumstances that it's almost, you know, if I was going to have one bike, this would be my one bike quiver. This was my first year at Downieville, and I didn't really know what to expect. And I did a bunch of practice on longer travel bikes, and you needed longer travel, or so I thought, but I did a little practice on this bike too, and with 4 inches, yeah, maybe it was kind of like bringing a knife to a gunfight, but sometimes in the dark, maybe, a knife is better than a gun. It was great. I outclimbed everybody by about 4 minutes, and we're not just talking anybody here. Adam Craig was the next guy on the climb, and he's no slouch. So the bike was great over that, and it was really, really fun on the really gnarly baby head sections too. I couldn't believe how great it was. I was really happy that I made the right decision, and my time showed that it was the right decision too. I think I have a course record there by a couple minutes.
It was a real treat to be there with him this summer at Downieville and see him absolutely annihilate the Downieville course on the Anthem X 29 prototype. The same bike that was handed over to him months prior at Sea Otter. Very cool, very cool.